Welcome back, club members, to this week's episode of the Hollywood Hubbies Film Club. I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Brandon. Last week we did our review of Bob Fosse's All That Jazz. We hope everyone enjoyed it for its weird, psychological, trippy nature. But if you didn't, that's okay too. You can go and comment. We really want to hear your feedback out there, right? Right, babe?
I know I'm a little nervous because when we posted a clip of All That Jazz, everybody's comment that was basically it's the best movie ever and it's my favorite movie ever. And that's amazing. I love that everyone enjoys it so much, but I was like, oh, I hope we weren't too critical. But I mean, it's our thoughts.
Yeah,
so
it's
it
totally
doesn't
our
have to be
thoughts.
our favorite movie. I did like it though. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I just, clearly AFI holds it to such regard. So, people.
Should we also be like saying what number it is on the list?
I think yes, but once we're done with all of them, because then you give that preconceived notion. Plus, people can have spoilers and go off that list. But I think at the end, we should give AFI's rankings and then we should give our rankings.
Oh, so you already had this planned in your mind?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were missing something.
No, I'm pretty in control of things most of the time.
Got it. I just thought that I wasn't, privy to the plan.
Shocking?
I'm not shocked at all. For those of you who are just joining us, we are reviewing AFI's top 25 movie musicals of all time. At the end of every episode, we are spinning the wheel to give us the movie for our next episode. That way you can watch along.
Well, love is here to stay as we build our stairway to paradise into this week's episode of An American in Paris.
You're really loving doing these every week, huh?
Yeah.
The song titles
right?
or No, I like it.
Kind of throws it,
it gives a little, yeah. The mood is set now.
Thanks.
Thank you.
An American in Paris is a 1951 American musical romantic comedy inspired by the 1928 jazz-influenced, is that symphonic poem?
I think so.
Yeah. Symphonic poem An American in Paris by George Gershwin. It stars Gene Kelly, Oscar Levant. I think that's
Georges?
George Guetary. We're going to be actually annihilating a lot of these names because a lot of them are French. So,
well, you said it like it was Inga Hansen Swanson, so I don't think you were doing French there.
Georges.
Ula Inga Hansen Swanson.
Vincent Fonson.
That was an amazing French accent.
Yeah. Georges Guetary. Nina Foch? Foch?
Fuck.
Fuck, this is going to be tough.
Oh my god.
Foch. Nina Foch. And of course, Leslie Caron in her film debut.
Every time I think of Leslie Caron, I think of Little Edie and Jinx Monsoon doing Little Edie, just because she loves talking about Gigi. Starring Leslie Caron.
The film is directed by Vincent Minnelli, written by Alan J. Lerner, with music and lyrics by George and Ira Gershwin.
No, it's Georgia. No, I'm just kidding.
There's new music that was added to it by Johnny Green and Sal Chaplin. They also served as musical directors. And Gene Kelly also served as the film's main choreographer. An American in Paris was both a huge critical and financial success. In 1993, the film was selected for preservation by the United States Library of Congress in the National Film Registry for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. Yeah, you were right, Boo. We're running into this theme now where it seems like most of these films have been honored by the film registry, but I mean, it makes sense.
So is the list, I wonder how many on the list have been selected.
That's something we can also do at the end of all these movies.
Okay. Put it on your list. I'm shocked it wasn't on there already.
On the list.
American in Paris received a total of 8 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Film Editing, winning 6 of them for Best Art Direction, Best Cinematography, Best Costume, Best Score, Best Screenplay, and Best Motion Picture. Gene Kelly was also recognized with an honorary Academy Award that year. And I did look it up, and I think it was because he did so much. They
It
were like
has to have been,
singing,
right?
dancing, choreography. They were like, we
Choreography.
have to give him something because he
Something.
did everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. There have been two well known stage adaptations of this movie. One in 2008, written by Ken Ludwig, that premiered in Houston. It was not incredibly successful and
I
was
wonder
pretty short
why.
lived.
I wonder why it wasn't
If it
successful.
was Ludwig, it was probably more satirical or comedy.
Mm,
Possibly.
people didn't want that.
Yeah.
And then later in 2014, there was a new musical that premiered in Paris at the, oh, you gave me this to pronounce.
Theater des Châtelet.
Châtelet? Théâtre de Châtelet.
Nice.
Ooh. With Robert Fairchild and Leanne Cope. The production was directed and choreographed by Christopher Wheeldon, written by Craig Lucas, and designed by Bob. So this adaptation was definitely the more successful one, and it transferred to the Broadway's Palace Theater in 2015.
Which we saw.
We did. That was really good.
Pretty amazing. I mean, I think what was great about it is that we knew the movie, but we did not know the movie, like,
Mm-hmm.
from beginning to end. Like, we, you know, I think it's good when you're not too overly prepared to see something, because then you're putting less of a high stakes on it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. Am I going crazy or did I feel like the stage production was more dramatic? I felt like it was darker and
I
more
agree.
dramatic.
It definitely was.
I could be totally wrong unless you remember it that way too, but
I agree with you completely, and could be why this version works,
maybe. I
especially
mean it's
considering Ludwig's version
post-war.
didn't.
Yeah. I mean it's post-war, so maybe they a lot more of that was apparent. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I just remember it's been so long since we've seen it, but I just know that I left there thinking that it was both beautiful, but definitely more dark than what I had remembered the movie being.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. It was a higher stakes situation with the lovers and the love interests of Lisa, because there were three men that were interested in her. So it adds that extra layer of conflict, because Adam, the pianist on stage, was also interested in her. So I think
Did they
that
do that to just give him more of a storyline?
probably, I think you're right. Yeah,
Because I
probably.
mean, his storyline in the movie was basically just he wanted to make music,
Yeah,
and that was
exactly.
it. And his dream in his mind was just, I would like to make music.
So they really just kind of like inserted him into the main storyline.
I
But
don't really see that as necessary. Like, why does a plot line have to be a love interest? Why does two have to be three? Why can't he just be like, I don't really care. I just want to make music and be happy.
I agree, and they do wrap it up in a smart way in the musical. So which I remember. So we'll get to that when
Okay.
when we get to the end. But yeah, that's actually a really good point that you bring up,
It's
because
like you
they
don't
do
have to have a love
they
interest.
do wrap it up in a very smart way in the musical.
Okay. Well, maybe I won't be as mad.
Yeah, yeah, probably not.
I saw it, you would swear I'd remember, but Jesus.
So, babe, had you seen this movie before? And if so, what was your fondest memory of it?
I have seen it before. This was one of, again, my sixth grade teacher who had her wall of movies. It kind of unlocked that it wasn't just Rogers and Hammerstein movies that she had. She definitely had a lot of these MGM big blockbuster, big budget films. Like, so it reminded me of this. And then I was like, oh, and then I know that she did, I don't know if Gigi was MGM off the top of my head, but I know that she had that one. I watched that one a lot too. And I liked the music of that as well. So I know that she did have both of those. And I thought that Leslie Caron was an extremely talented dancer.
Hmm.
So, and this being her debut, we'll talk about it more as we get into it, but being in one of the biggest films of the year probably had to be pretty cool for her first movie.
Right.
But yeah, I do remember that it was in rotation for me.
I think as a kid too, it really is, the romance of it all. It is all quite beautiful, and it's very the setting of this, even as a kid watching it, if you don't understand everything, it is really beautiful to watch and beautiful to
Hmm.
look at.
Yeah, we were just looking at that today and you go, oh my God, look at the colors in this movie.
Hmm.
And it reminded me of that, YouTube video that we had just watched about cinematography and how dark and like dull and
Mhm.
lifeless a lot of movies are now today, and like we just can't capture that that original Technicolor beauty that they had. Like it was just it's something that people tried to replicate, but it's just we'll never have that again.
I agree. Could not agree with you more on that. I feel that Singing in the Rain has similar, not to bring in, Gene Kelly, but Singing in the Rain also has a similar aesthetic brilliance to it. It was probably what
Mhm.
around the same time, so there was
Yeah.
an aesthetic brilliance to it where the colors really pop out at you.
Yeah, I feel like obviously Technicolor had been around before, but again, I'm not a film. I don't have a degree in film or anything, but in my mind, I kind of feel like this kind of era, the late 40s, early 50s, is when like Technicolor really like blossomed, and I feel like the movies in that era, the Technicolor was just so bright and beautiful and vibrant and just gorgeous to look at that it was like even if the movie was crap, which I'm not saying this one is, but if you had watched
Yeah.
a Technicolor film of that day and it was maybe not the best movie, you could at least leave going, wow, that was beautiful to
Mhm.
watch. Like that was a gorgeous film.
I agree on that.
So,
My fondest memory would probably be high school theater class. It was one of those things where similar to your teacher, but in regards to we had VHS and DVDs that we could put in, and sometimes we would explore certain genres of musicals. And this was one where we definitely watched in class. I think we watched it to specifically focus on the ballet portion at
oh,
the end,
okay.
the conclusion. But then I remember we were all very interested in all of it. And so we had
Mhm.
asked the teacher, like, can we watch this entire thing? So I think over the course of like a week, we got to watch it in like 20 or 30-minute like increments. So,
Oh, that's cool.
but I definitely remember that. Um,
So with this class, with your theater class, even though it was theater, so live stage, would you guys like reference a lot of classic films like that?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think in general, because there were a few, different class. Well, this was high school, so it was a
Mhm.
lot of like, basic fundamentals of like appreciating like theater history. But I think it was more along the lines of yeah, studying the significance and the different styles of theater at that time. But then, yeah, a week later, we could be watching a filmed BBC Shakespeare play, So it was just kind of all over the place. But yeah, that's my fondest memory.
Nice.
All right, so let's jump into the plot here.
Let's do it.
So we have American World War II veteran Jerry Mulligan, played by Gene Kelly. He is currently living in Paris, trying to succeed as an artist. The opening shots we get are, all around Paris, and Gene is narrating He's the first voice you hear because he's narrating the opening sequence. We quickly meet his friend and neighbor Adam Cook, played by Oscar Levant. He is a struggling concert pianist, and longtime associate of his is a French singer, which is Henri Burel, played by George Guetary. Um, at the ground floor bar in the building, we get the first scene between them, which is Henri telling Adam about his girlfriend, um, Lisa Bouvier. Is it Lisa? Lisa?
I throughout the movie, I heard Lee's, like almost like the E was kind of silent, and
Hmm.
then I heard Gene Kelly calling her Lisa,
Yeah.
Lisa,
So maybe
Lisa.
depending
So
on where they're from, they just pronounce it differently. I
maybe
mean,
he's
that would
just
be normal,
uncultured. I'm
right?
just kidding.
And she's played by Leslie Caron. Jerry joins them before going out to try to sell his art, so he doesn't hear everything that the guys are talking about. He doesn't know exactly who Henri's girlfriend is. So
I'm
that's
sensing a plot
right. We have
point.
to definitely make note of that.
He
that
doesn't
he
know who the
doesn't know who
girlfriend
the
is,
girlfriend is.
guys.
um, so yeah, at the cafe.
Oh, before we go on, I did want to ask you, did you get any flashbacks or were you triggered at all by this tiny little studio apartment? Did it remind you of our apartment? Because while I was watching, I was like, he's got to move the bed, he's got to move the desk, and it's like we didn't really have to do that, but like it reminded me of like if you had a person over, you had to bring out a bench or like move of this or a move of
Very
that, and
much
I was like,
so.
oh my gosh, studio apartment living. Like
Yeah.
I'm not judging it, I'm just saying it takes a lot.
And you've got to imagine they probably had a shared restroom like floor. They probably had like two showers,
Yeah.
in the basement. It probably wasn't everybody that had their own shower.
I gotta
So,
say, I wasn't triggered by it. I will say it just made me giggle because I was like, well, I remember that. I mean, minus
right?
we had our own toilet and
Yeah.
shower. I don't know if what theirs was like, but I will say, watching this and then also, it's not the same time, but it's, supposed to be within 20 years of each other. But like Moulin Rouge doing their studio apartment type living as well. I was like, it is kind of a vibe. Like, I'm sure if you were an artist, it was
Oh,
kind of
totally
cool.
bohemian,
Like,
right? Like that's
like
the
the
reason why.
doors open, everyone's kind of talking to each other. It kind of gave a little bit of cabaret as well.
I'm
Like,
sure struggling artists in Paris is a lot more, forgiving to people when they hear that versus like struggling artists in LA or New York,
yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like
The
everyone was
glamour's
kind of
different. Oh,
vibing.
totally.
Whatever you did, whether you were a singer, a pianist, a
Agree.
painter, you probably just had your door open and you're just like, hey.
Mhm.
And it just seemed like, I don't know,
Yeah.
it seemed kind of cool. I was like, I mean, I'm not good at any of those things really, but like I'd want to live
No,
there.
I totally. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the bohemian vibe.
Yeah.
Downstairs at the cafe, we do get Embraceable You teased at us a bit. It's through a mirror and a quick ballet illusion that they do. Um, so it's not really a song that's really performed. You just
Hmm.
hear the music kind of like cascaded over the introductory to Lisa, and the yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I do like it because it does show off like we can do vibrant colors in this film.
Hmm.
So I do like the vignettes in these shots because it is really flexing the muscle of like them showing that their, cinematography is on it. And these vignettes really are like a color blocking idea of Lisa's different style, like her different moods and her different personalities. So Henri is talking about, that she could be a very chatty, fun girl, or she could be a very sophisticated lady, or she's sometimes, someone who wants to be a little quiet and appreciate literature. So it's going through different personalities of her. I think
I
it's
thought it
pretty
was,
though.
yeah, no, I thought it was super cool. I was I was wondering while I was watching it, like, wow, did they sign like this huge contract with her? Like, I don't know whether she like auditioned for the movie and got the role, or if like MGM had just signed this like big contract with her. But like, what an introduction!
Hmm.
Like, it immediately made me think like, oh, they must have like spent some good money on her to get her in this role because it didn't just seem like an introduction of the character. It seemed like an introduction of Leslie Caron.
I agree. I do
Like
agree with that. I
boom,
see
this is
that.
her. Like
Yep.
this is all she can do. Like look at her different dances. Look how flexible she is. Look at her variations on her acting through her dance. Like I was like this is like they wanted to like show her to the world.
Yeah, maybe they did use this little section too as like what did they used to call them when they would show like little 5 minute snippets of a movie or 10 minutes of a
A
movie?
trailer,
Yeah, like but back then, like weren't they called something? I thought they were called something else.
shorts.
Possibly, but either way, it's perfect for promotion for the movie because you're
I would
introducing
have had
this.
that on posters.
Exactly.
I would have had it on the little like cards at the movie theater. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I would have been promoting the heck out of it because it was so pretty to look at.
Mhm.
I just had a brain, like I just had a click of something, and I have to go back a little bit. Studio apartment. Did they actually get that name because it used to be your studio as
Probably.
well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Like, I never really thought of where the name came from,
Yeah.
and now I'm thinking about how, like, he was literally painting, like, it was his painting studio, and he was also sleeping there.
Everyone's gonna, like, go Google it right now. Where did that come from?
But, like,
Probably.
I wonder if that's where it came
I'm
from.
sure. I'm
Look at me,
sure.
I'm a genius.
Yeah. We probably, like I'm sure we stole
I didn't
that
even know what to
slogan.
call it, I said a brain click, but whatever.
We also, after that, go into another song at the cafe sung by the trio, and the song is called By Strauss. This is really an introductory to the characters because they're trying to set you up here that we've got these three artists that their lives are intertwining right now. We've got the painter, we've got the pianist, and we've got the singer. And they're all talking about the different styles of music that they like. And Strauss comes up, and so they've got this is like really like the first real musical number. Thoughts on this song? Anything to point out?
I thought this was the one where he was dancing with the ladies as well, right? Like, the 3 of them were
Yes.
in the cafe. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was cute. Well, it
Mm-hmm.
started did it start with him with, like, the little
Veil over
thing?
his head.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
like
like
the
the
napkin.
rag
Yeah.
wrapped around his
It,
head.
it does start out a little bit of as I like to call like the Papa songs. You know, we joke around about those songs all the time.
The
They're
silly songs.
yeah, the very like yeah, the very silly kind of man's motto type of songs, I guess you can call it. But it is cute because yeah, all the workers get involved, the landlady gets
Mhm.
involved, the manager of the restaurant, they start to refer to him as like I think like the king. And so yeah,
Mhm.
it gets more enjoyable as the song goes on.
I agree. I was just gonna say, like, them being silly with each other, I can kind of not roll my eyes, but I'm just kind of like, okay, this would be my bathroom
Hmm.
break song. But as it got into like them interacting with the other people in the cafe and like dancing around with the little old ladies
Uh-huh.
and stuff, I was like, okay, it's
For
charming. Like,
sure.
it definitely became more charming, and I didn't roll my eyes like I thought I was going to.
Hmm.
I will
So
say that I keep going back. I must not have looked at my the beginning of my notes when we started. I do love that, like, I love when a movie sets you up with characters and they don't need like tons of backstory. Like,
in fact, laid over voice, just kind of just introducing them at the beginning, it's
yeah.
such an easy way. You know what? That also is very Moulin Rouge, boo. It's the same thing because at the beginning of Moulin Rouge, Ewan McGregor, he is literally narrating you into this is what's going on, and this is
Mhm.
the
Oh, I
introductory.
never
So
thought of
you're
that.
right.
I mean, I definitely thought of the studio apartment living type thing, but I did not think about that. But
Yeah.
what, like, just to go back, this is a song about the 3 of them, so I think I'm allowed to bring it up. But like going back to their introductions, I when I was sitting there, I went, I love a movie that just gives you this is where we're at. Boom, here we
Yes.
are day of. Like,
Yes.
it didn't need this long drawn out anything. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
need like a 10-15 minute backstory. We didn't need to see him like signing up for the war. We didn't have to see him now. Like, it just was like, this is who I am, this is what I did,
This is
this
my
is what I
friend.
do now, these are my friends,
Yep.
this is the story.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I like it. I think it works. It works
Hmm.
for sure.
I will say we had a painter, a pianist, a singer. I had wrote down before we really talked about her job that she works at, like, the perfume counter.
Hmm.
I had written down Lisa dancer, because in my mind I was like, well, she's gonna be a dancer as all of these artists. Is that like a missed opportunity? Should she have been in the arts as well?
I
Because they
think
introduced her with this huge dance intro, and then they're like, she's a counter girl, and I was like, what? Like, why isn't she working in the arts as well? This whole movie is about either lovers of the arts or actual artists. So I feel like it's a missed opportunity not to make her a dancer.
which is also
Am I overthinking it?
no,
Because
no.
my mind immediately was like, okay, well, this is the character. She's a dancer.
No, because it is also one of those well, it is realistic that an artist would be working at a perfume counter if she was indeed a dancer. So that
But they
would have
never
made
talked about her
sense.
being a dancer, right? They
No,
just
they do
showed her
not.
dancing,
Hmm.
and she danced obviously in her musical scenes, but that doesn't mean anything because anybody can sing and dance in a musical. They don't have to be in the arts. Their character doesn't have to be an artist. They could just be any old regular person and they're going to sing and dance because it's a musical and they break the fourth wall and they dance for the,
And that's what they do,
whatever.
right?
But I just thought, wow, what a missed opportunity not to make her a dancer.
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't she like, sorry, girl, gotta go. My shift's over. I gotta go to rehearsal because I'm going to be in this ballet.
Yeah,
I don't know, something.
Yeah, but doesn't the musical clean that up? I think the musical cleans that up, boo.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they fixed that in the actual stage musical, babe, because she is a perfume counter worker, but she also is at the auditions. That's where she meets some of them. She goes to the ballet auditions, and the musical ends with her being in a big ballet. So,
so it's not in his imagination?
It's not in his imagination, no. So, yes, you're right about the way they needed to clean up things. It's a missed opportunity, and clearly the playwright.
Was I a consultant on this musical and I just have blacked out this memory?
Yeah, or it's just really obvious, but sure. I mean, you can. But sure.
Did I work on this? Did I work on the musical production?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's reel it back in. So the camera follows Jerry down the streets of the Paris town and markets and enter the lonely heiress into the scene as Jerry is selling his art on the streets, which is Milo Roberts, such a cool name, played by Nina Foch, who notices Jerry displaying his artwork, and she buys 2 paintings from him. And then she is like, oh, I don't have enough money in my purse. You're gonna have to come back to my apartment and I can pay you there, because she obviously wanted some alone time with him to get to know him more and to see like if this is a new, project that she can work on. What are your thoughts on this opening scene?
Well, first off, I have to say that I love Gene Kelly's outfit, the white and the red outfit. Like the whole time that he's been in it, I'm like, this is such a cool outfit. Like I want to recreate it. I want to wear it somewhere. I don't know where I'd wear it to.
I have an outfit later that is like that for me too.
Miss Nina Foch. She is gorgeous. I love her. I love her aesthetic, her personality. She's very, to the point. I think it's brought up later. We don't really know her age here, so I'll bring it up when it gets to that point. But yeah, I liked her introduction. She's definitely a great actress. I immediately got, oh, she's a good actress.
Mm-hmm. I think that I'm going to say this for all of the gay guys out there. She's our type of character that we love in movies. We love a rich, gorgeous, bored heiress.
She's got money to spend. She's got a project.
She's horny. And like this is the type of role that we just do. I'm gonna be brave and say it. It's just that role that we love.
Yeah. I will say though, just to play devil's advocate, if this was reversed and it was a sweet young artist female and it was an older rich man, would we like it as much?
Well, it's just once again the obvious, so it wouldn't play the same way.
I think it's one of those things where
it'd be boring.
I think it's one of those things that when it's happened so much with men that like we're like ill gross, but then when a woman goes out and like, it's 2 consensual adults and maybe they're trying to play it off like she's so much older than him. So that's the part I'm trying to bring up is like she's older and has money, so there's like an imbalance in power.
Oh.
So I'm like, she's trying to like make it romantic but also be in charge with her money. So I'm like, so like part of me is like, get it, girl, and the other part of me is like, I wonder, I don't know. But
well, it wasn't, and he's not 16, so
I don't. You don't know how old he is because that's what I was.
Gene Kelly's. You said he was 40.
But that's what I'm trying to explain. That's what I was going to explain when we got into the scene later, is that they're trying to make it seem like Gene Kelly's character is so young. Oh, like when we get to the club later, and the friend is like, "Here you are with another young artist, like." When are you gonna learn? And I'm like, okay, they're making it seem like she's an older woman and he's a younger artist, like a younger green artist. And I looked it up. Nina Foch was 27 here. Gene Kelly was 39. Like that in itself is kind of funny. Like, not to say, I'm not saying anybody looks old, anybody looks young. I think she looks way younger than they're trying to make her out to be, but also
Mature enough to play the role.
mature enough to play the role, because they all look great. But it just kind of makes me eye roll at Hollywood again, because a man into his 40s, into his 50s, into his 60s can be a young bachelor, and a woman, like, here we are, she's only um Leslie Caron was looking at the ages, probably 20 when this movie came out, so maybe she was like 19. They say she's 19 in the movie, so I'm guessing she was 19 when she filmed it as well. And here we go with Milo, who they never say her age, but the actress is 27, and it's like, oh, we have this older frau and we have this young, delicate flower. I'm like, there's a 7-year age difference, Hollywood. Like, she didn't
Dang,
age out
that's
of this.
wild.
Like, that's why I'm like,
That's
it's
wild.
crazy that, like, how people see women in Hollywood. Like, she's 27 years old, guys, and they're like, here you are picking up on another young artist. And I'm like, you mean 40-year-old Gene Kelly? Come on, guys, let's live in reality here.
Yeah, he doesn't look like
No.
he's playing that young either. Like, he's not playing it that young.
He doesn't look that young, but I'm just saying that, like, the way that her friend later is like, here you are, like, you'll never give up on these young artists. And I'm like, so they're obviously playing it like she's older than him.
Yeah.
So that's why I brought up that whole age difference thing, because it makes it feel like that she's supposed to be older and he's supposed to be younger. They never say their ages, but their descriptions say enough. But okay.
I love her body language. I think she really, like, glides around, like, so smoothly. She is a really great actress. I couldn't really figure out who her voice reminded me of. I think it's kind of like a Lauren Bacall type of voice. Later on, I said, oh, she kind of also sounds a little bit like Ann Baxter.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
I
I
think
think
you thought she reminded you of someone too.
she reminded me of the Baroness from The Sound of Music, where it's like not a super husky voice. Like, it didn't really give me Lauren Bacall, but I understand where you're going with that, because it was a very sultry voice.
Mhm.
It wasn't like a girlish, high-pitched voice. It was a very, like, just, it was very sexy
Yeah.
and sultry sounding. So I could definitely hear Ann Baxter. I can definitely hear I wish I had her name, but the Baroness from The Sound of Music.
Another gay icon. See?
Yes.
This is people, these are who we gravitate towards,
Yeah. She doesn't, the Baroness didn't do anything wrong in The Sound of Music. She just wanted her man, and she didn't want her man to like the nanny.
Didn't she want her man but want the money too? Or
She
it was
had
never
mon-
that?
no, she had money.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
She had money. She just wanted her man.
I can't really remember that musical.
Well,
as
it's on
many
the list.
times
We're
as
gonna
I
get
see
there.
it, so as many times as I see it. Once we get back to Milo's apartment, Jerry accepts an invitation to go to a dinner party that she's having that evening. On the way home, he sings I've Got Rhythm with, like, the local children. I was going to say street children, with the local kids that are all out in the streets, like, hanging out and playing. So, yeah, he sings I Got Rhythm. Let's see.
I got.
So here are my thoughts on this before you jump into your thoughts on I Got Rhythm. I don't mind this song, but I admit that the tapping number goes on a bit long for me in this. And sometimes Gene Kelly sounds flat when he sings. And I don't know if I ever noticed that before. I think I may have picked up on it in Singing in the Rain as well, but not sure if anybody out there is listening. He sounds a little flat to me. I don't think that this is one of his best songs in the musical. But yeah, this song is just kind of, it's okay. It's cute. I don't mind it, but it's not one of my faves.
If there was a soundtrack of this movie, I would not listen to the song because of the little kids. But if I'm watching the movie, I would watch this scene because of the little kids. Because I thought it was cute. I thought it was charming. It's something cute to watch. Like, you can see that, like, I don't know if I doubt that these kids I doubt that these kids are actually French because like part of me is like, oh, I wonder if they're French because like they look like they don't understand what's going on. But then they're also really young kids, so they probably don't understand what's going on. So
Yeah.
they're just kind of standing around like kind of staring at him and like, laughing and giggling because he's being like he's doing this silly dance number, so like they're having fun. And like that whole part of it I thought was charming.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
want to
cool.
hear it,
Yeah, you didn't need to hear
but
them like,
overall, because I don't need to hear the I got,
yeah, like
I
over and
got,
over
like
again.
that's not that I'm skipping that on the soundtrack, but
Yeah, it's not Annie. Like, come on, like we don't
yeah.
need.
But yeah, watching it was cute. I didn't necessarily think the tap was too long. That didn't come to mind, but I just overall, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. It was another way of showing what a great dancer he is. I mean, they
Mhm.
even put in like he was like the Charleston, and he was doing like the funny choo choo train dance for them.
Yeah,
So overall, I thought it was super cute, but it's cute to watch.
you wouldn't listen to
I
it on the
wouldn't listen
soundtrack.
to it.
So Jerry shows up at Milo's for this party, and he discovers that he is Milo's only dinner guest.
Hmm.
He gets ticked off by it because he immediately is offended, and he's uninterested in the situation because he's like, I'm not gonna be a paid escort. Like his brain immediately goes there, and he even says, I'm not that hard up for companionship, and I'm not that desperate for to make a buck. He even tosses the money like back on the table, which was really interesting. But she pleads to him,
Hmm.
and basically insists that she's only interested in him to support his career.
Men are so fragile.
I mean, as a struggling artist, I'd be like, listen, I I'm hungry, and
Horny.
I'm gonna rock your socks off.
Oh my god, don't say that.
And you're 27. I mean, I'm kidding, but the actress, like, how are you gonna say no to her? Like, come on. Even I'm not saying no to her. Like, give me a break.
Oh my god.
So,
What I meant was,
in that pink dress,
oh, wasn't it white?
oh, I thought it was like a pale pink. Well, it is
I thought it was
Technicolor.
white. I don't know. What I was gonna say is that I just think it's so funny that like looking at the two relationships in the movie, he did not like not being in control. He was like,
I don't.
"You're not going to control me with your money. I don't need companionship like that. I may be poor, but it's like the whole fact that he felt like he wasn't in control because she was rich really pissed him off for some reason, which I'm like, get over it. Like I no, in the 50s, like all right, sorry Mr. Fragile Man. Like if it was 2025, 2026 now, like a woman can make more than a man and you can have a completely healthy relationship. Like it's fine. You will survive.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure nowadays the generation, their men are much more comfortable with it. But I'm sure there are still a lot of them that they feel that
they feel very conservatively about it.
I like kind of like a lot of them. But I
Well,
mean a lot of straight men.
just
But yeah, God,
but then
but
you look at
I do see what you mean about how he only was happy when he was completely in control of like the situation.
no, yeah, with when him and Lisa,
Just Lisa.
Lise, um, she was the one who was like the blushing flower, and he was very like, let me see you, let's go, like let's make a date. And I'm not saying he's like being aggressive about it, but he's definitely more, you know, in control or like very confident in that situation, and kind of calling the shots and saying like, let's go out on a date, like I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
take you here, da 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 da. But then you've got Miss Venus de Milo over here that obviously is very interested in you as well. And not to say that you have to like her because she has money, but like you shouldn't be put off by the fact that she has money. You could literally just be like, I would love to be your friend.
Right?
I would love for you to sponsor me
Yes.
if you really do
Like
love
my
my
art.
art and you
Mm-hmm.
think that I should, make it big and you want to sponsor me, that's 100% fine, but I'm not interested in you like that. There's a way of saying it because there's nothing wrong with a woman, being not being in control, but a woman putting herself out there that way.
From the apartment, they skip off down to a crowded bar together to like break up the mood between them. She wants to introduce him to some friends of hers. Milo offers to sponsor an art show for Jerry. Milo's friends show up, and while everyone is talking, Jerry notices a beautiful woman sitting at the next table. He pretends they know each other and asks her to dance, unaware that it is the same Lisa that is basically Henri's love and his girl. So Lisa's uninterested at first in Jerry, and she, of course, rejects him, but Jerry stays persistent, and Milo gets upset because she sees Jerry flirting with another girl in her presence. She abruptly leaves. He goes and follows her, and in the car ride home, Milo being upset, she like tearfully like criticizes Jerry's work, and yeah, just she says, you're being rude, you're being inconsiderate. He gets out of the car, and then the next day is when Jerry calls Lisa because he had gotten her phone number from one of her friends at the table.
Mhm.
So even
I
though
wanted to talk about the car scene a little
yeah,
bit
yeah,
'cause
jump into it.
I really did like that scene. It was another great acting scene,
Hmm.
and another scene that I said, Nina Foch, I was like, "Wow, what an incredible actress."
Hmm.
And I did look up that she was, nominated. I wanna check and see, um, if it was before or after, but she was in a film called Executive Suite. Yeah, so in 1954, um, Nina Foch was in a movie called Executive Suite, and she did get a nomination for Best Supporting Actress. So,
Very cool. We'll have to watch the
uh,
film.
yeah, I was like, "Have you seen this movie?" And I don't know if you said yes or no, but we'll have to put that on the list because
Yeah, she's got
what a
some
great
acting
actress.
chops for
Hmm.
sure. Milo,
What did you think of Leslie Caron's acting in that scene before we go on to the perfume shop?
I don't really even remember her acting scene in that. It was just kind of her being like, this is odd. Why are you doing this? I don't really know you. I'm not
Hmm.
interested in you. It was okay. I don't really think she's flexed much of her acting yet until we get to the scenes that are more one-on-one and quiet
Hmm.
between her and Jerry. But I mean, it was okay. There was nothing that jumped out at me.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next scene, I do want to say how funny, kind of going back to the dress, the dress of many colors that we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
I just noticed on your notes you wrote love this pink dress, by the way, and in my notes I wrote love Milo's white dress. So one of us doesn't know colors very well, but I
I'm,
just thought it was funny that we both wrote loved her dress, but one of us put pink and one of us put white. So
we need to throw it up in like an Instagram story and let people vote on
it's
what
like
color it
the
really is.
black and blue or gold and white. Like, what is this
Oh
dress?
my gosh.
Maybe it had pink accents on it.
Or gold accents? I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. This rainbow dress that she's wearing is.
It's a very Aphrodite dress, though. I will tell you that.
Oh
It's
my
very
gosh!
Aphrodite.
It was very cute. This is
Mhm.
the strapless one that we're talking about, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like strapless with like a little like halter
Mhm.
to the side, or like a one shoulder
Yeah.
halter. And she even says something about doesn't he ask like what's
How
holding
do
that
you?
dress up? And
I
she
know. You
says like
know.
not my modesty or something like that, or my modesty. What's keeping that dress on you? And she says my modesty. I think I'm like, yeah.
There's a few lines in this. Like, I love an intelligent writer that can get a joke across. Back in the day of the code, whatever the code's name was, I can't
Yeah,
remember it off the top of my head, but the modesty code that
yeah.
like would check all of the scripts and make sure that you weren't making dirty movies like pre-code films, like where they talked a lot about sex and stuff. You had to be very smart about your jokes, and I felt like there were a few. Like, obviously, I want to know what Jerry saw on that painting earlier. I don't know if he did his head turn because you said that the painter looked like
Oh, the
true
cameo
like looked like
Churchill.
Churchill, but I did think it was funny. The double take, I thought he was looking at the painting, and I was like, "Ooh, that was kind of a naughty joke,"
Mhm.
but maybe it wasn't. This dress comment was very well written
Mhm.
because it was naughty, but not naughty enough for them to cut it.
Mhm.
And then I was shocked that they even talked about escorts. Maybe escort meant something different back in the day, but I just assumed that like that always meant like you're paying for the company, but then you might wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
Like I like them actually having the conversation. I was like, oh, like
Mhm.
I thought it was very sexually charged.
Well, like you said, Hollywood code, maybe it was safe for a man to say that on screen, you know?
True.
So, it is possible. We'll have
But
to look into
yes,
that because that interests me a little bit, actually.
but yes, the banter between a lot of these characters and the lines in the script, they're very well written
Yeah, there's smart
to
lines for her
smart,
too.
very
They're smart
smart.
for this character, which is great and rare sometimes in
She's
these,
smart,
you
she's
know?
strong, she's powerful.
Yeah.
She's a queen.
The next day, Jerry calls Lisa because he was able to get her number from one of her friends, and even though she had told him to leave her alone, but
Ugh, get a hint, dude.
right.
No means no.
Meanwhile, Milo's working hard on arranging a show with the like collectors that are interested in Jerry's work. So before the meeting, Jerry's like, "Oh, I'm going to go to the perfumery to go visit Lisa because he finds out that she works there." And basically, his persistence finally wins her over because he's being funny and charming, and he actually helps her sell a bottle of perfume at the perfumery. Fun fact here: there is a comedic actress that has a little small featured scene. The customer that's buying the perfume is Madge Blake. If you guys are fans of the Batman TV series with the Adam West one, she played Robin's aunt, Harriet Cooper, on the Batman series. And if you are a fan of Leave It to Beaver, she was Margaret Modelo. So yeah, little factoids out there, and she was uncredited in this movie actually. So that was pretty interesting. That she didn't get any credit.
She's probably a contract player. They just popped
Yeah,
her
you're
in,
right.
so
You're right. But funny scene though for her
very
like
funny.
for a couple minutes is really good.
It was very good.
So yeah. Um.
Mm,
Oh. Um.
aw.
Back home at Jerry and Adam's apartment, they do a little tap dance ditty called not ditty. they do a
Oh,
little they do a little the little tap dance number called
that whole intro sounded interesting. Back at their
Back
apartment,
at
they
Their
did a little
Apartment, right?
tap dance ditty. Does that mean
No.
sex? Did they do it?
No.
That's hot.
There's a tap dance routine called Tra La La that Jerry sings at the piano with Adam. I don't think I'm very familiar with this song in the Gershwin catalog. When I looked it up, I noticed it had been used for a musical called For Goodness Sake, but it was only used in the previews for A Goodness Sake. I'm like, I don't know this song at all. Why don't I know it? What's it from? I'm like, oh, well,
Cut.
this is why. This is why I don't know it because it was cut from a musical For Goodness Sake. So I'm like, oh, interesting. But they pulled it out of the
Well,
catalog
you
that
know
got
what?
purchased and
Yeah,
they grabbed it.
I was telling you about I was reading up on our little classic films book, and he really was trying to get his money's worth. Producer Arthur Freed, who produced the film, had actually purchased the complete catalog of George and Ira Gershwin. So when they were making the film, they had filled it with Gershwin music. But I mean, the guy really must have done his homework. Like if they're going through like not just famous songs, but to go through like cut music.
We're like deep in the
Yeah,
archives.
he was going deep into deep
Yeah.
cuts.
Right?
Deep
And Ira was
cuts.
still around, I believe. I mean, he had to have because he was controlling that estate before he sold it. So I'm sure Ira was like, dig into those musical files, pull out everything you
Why
can.
just Ira?
George but had passed away already.
I didn't know.
George passed away in 37, and Ira passed away not until the 80s. So yeah. So really it was Ira's decision to sell the estate to Arthur Freed?
Arthur Freed.
Tralala. Yeah, anyway, that's all
Tra-la-la.
Was it from Labyrinth? Tralala? That's what I was thinking of, remember? He's like, tra-la-la, tra-la-la. It's from Labyrinth, I know it is.
We'll have to ask Kiki. If you do that exact voice, I want to know if she knows it or not.
Right? Hold on. Let's see here.
Oh my God. Calling her on the pod.
Hello.
Hey, Keek.
Hey.
Hey, do you know what this is from?
We're filming right now. Do we have your consent?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
Do you know what this is from? Tra-la-la, tra-la-la.
Tra-la-la, tra-la-la.
Come on. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la. Come on, I know I'm not going crazy.
Oh my God, no, the only tra-la-la I know is Labyrinth.
Thank you! Thank you!
Wait, so is he doing it? Is he doing it right or not?
Wait. Oh my God, how does it go?
It's pretty close. Is it with Hoggle?
Yeah, it's with Hoggle, and he says like, oh, I almost cussed. Oh,
It's okay. We cuss all the time. Tra-la-la.
I swear, no, he goes something tra-la-la.
Yeah.
I remember the first time, and I say this all the time, and now that I'm on the spot and being recorded, I can't remember the whole quote.
Anyway, just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy, and that was from Labyrinth.
No, it is absolutely from Labyrinth.
Okay, love you.
Okay, I guess he did it. Love you, bye.
Bye.
Well, I didn't get it, but at least Kiki got it.
Oh, wait. Hello?
Is it too late to give you the quote?
No, what is it?
He goes, nothing, tra-la-la.
Yeah, we need that on like a t-shirt or something.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
my favorite. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Love you, bye.
Oh my gosh. Well, on that note, I say we wrap up part 1.
Yeah, I think that's good. That probably, I mean, that's a lot of information for one episode. So I think that
Yeah.
would be good to stop it here.
Mhm.
Where can they find us, babe?
You can find us on social media at Hollywood Hubbies on Instagram, TikTok, AOL Instant Messenger.
I think half of our audience might know what that is.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Right? Yeah, reach out to us, follow us, leave some comments. We love reading it. We have a good time with this. And yeah, thank you guys.
All right. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.